Sometimes by losing a battle, you find a new way to win the war.
This quote reflects Trump's view on overcoming adversity and learning from setbacks. It speaks to the idea that failure is not always permanent. Instead, it can be a step toward eventual success. By acknowledging that challenges and losses are inevitable, Trump suggests that they can also provide new insights or strategies, ultimately contributing to a greater victory. His perspective encourages persistence and adapting to circumstances in order to achieve long-term goals.
What separates the winners from the losers is how a person reacts to each new twist of fate.
In this statement, Trump emphasizes the importance of attitude and resilience in the face of adversity. He believes that success is not defined by avoiding setbacks, but by how an individual responds to challenges and change. For Trump, being able to bounce back from difficult situations and maintain a positive mindset separates successful individuals from those who give up. This quote reinforces his never give up mentality, which has been central to his personal and professional brand.
Make America great again?
This slogan became a hallmark of Trump's presidential campaign and his political philosophy. It encapsulated his promise to restore the United States to a perceived past era of prosperity, strength, and global influence. For Trump and his supporters, it symbolized a vision of a revitalized America, focused on job creation, stronger borders, and a renewed sense of national pride. Critics, however, questioned what specific greatness was being referred to, with some arguing it was a nostalgic vision that ignored social and economic changes over time.
I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created.
This bold statement reflects Trump's commitment to economic growth, especially through job creation. By declaring that he would be the greatest president in this area, Trump aimed to assure voters that his administration would prioritize job opportunities for Americans, focusing on reducing unemployment and encouraging business development. His campaign heavily emphasized economic policies that would benefit working-class Americans, and this quote exemplifies his self-assurance in delivering on those promises.
We will have so much winning if I get elected that you may get bored with winning.
This humorous yet audacious quote reflects Trump's over-the-top confidence during his campaign. He promised a future of such constant success under his leadership that people would become bored with how much winning would occur. This quote was part of his larger appeal to voters who were frustrated with the status quo, as it conveyed an optimistic and assertive vision for the future. It also captured the essence of his approach to leadership, bold, unapologetic, and focused on success.
Peace through strength.
This phrase, which has roots in the Reagan administration, became one of Trump's key foreign policy pillars. It suggests that military power and a strong defense are essential for ensuring peace, as adversaries are less likely to challenge a nation that demonstrates strength. Trump's administration emphasized rebuilding the U.S. military and asserting a position of global dominance, believing that peace could be maintained by deterring potential threats through sheer power. This quote appealed to those who favored a more assertive U.S. presence on the world stage.
I think I'm actually humble. I think I'm much more humble than you would understand.
In this self-contradictory statement, Trump defends his humility, despite his often boastful and confident public persona. The quote plays on the paradox of claiming humility in an exaggerated way, leading to humor and disbelief among both critics and supporters. Trump's tendency to make grandiose claims about his abilities and achievements is central to his character, and this quote further demonstrates the sometimes surreal quality of his public rhetoric.
I think I'm actually humble. I think I'm much more humble than you would understand.
In this self-contradictory statement, Trump defends his humility, despite his often boastful and confident public persona. The quote plays on the paradox of claiming humility in an exaggerated way, leading to humor and disbelief among both critics and supporters. Trump's tendency to make grandiose claims about his abilities and achievements is central to his character, and this quote further demonstrates the sometimes surreal quality of his public rhetoric.
The future belongs to the dreamers, not the cynics.
This quote presents an optimistic outlook on life, urging people to embrace hope and creativity instead of giving in to negativity and doubt. Trump appeals to those who believe in the power of ideas and innovation to shape the future. The statement underscores his support for entrepreneurship and ambition, positioning those who strive for something greater as the true architects of success. For Trump dreamers, those who are willing to take risks and challenge the status quo, are the ones who will define the future.
I'm a very stable genius.
This statement quickly became one of Trump's most memorable and widely discussed quotes, especially during a time when his mental acuity was being scrutinized. By calling himself a very stable genius, Trump sought to assert his mental sharpness and capability, even in the face of criticism. The phrase drew both mockery and support, with some seeing it as an over the top affirmation of confidence, while others viewed it as a defense of his leadership. The quote, however, became emblematic of his unshakable self-belief, even when others questioned his decisions.
Nobody builds walls better than me, believe me.
Trump's promise to build a border wall between the U.S. and Mexico became a defining issue of his 2016 campaign. This quote is a key example of his characteristic braggadocio and self-assurance. By claiming no one builds walls better than him, Trump was not just referring to the literal structure but also to his ability to negotiate and take decisive action. It also captured his direct, often confrontational style of leadership as he positioned himself as someone capable of executing bold, controversial policies. Each of these quotes encapsulates different aspects of Trump's personality, leadership style, and political vision. Whether viewed as inspiring or divisive, they have left a significant impact on the public discourse.